Register now for Petra's 9th annual Car Audio Expo. GameStop starts streaming, 3D engages the brain, Amazon takes us to the cloud, and Sony's CEO has loose lips. I'm Cayley Mosca, Web Marketing Coordinator with Petra, and it's time for the Petra 5 in 5. We're bringing you the inside scoop on the 5 hottest electronics news stories in the industry, all in 5 minutes. Petra scheduled our 9th annual Car Audio Expo for May 1st, 2011, and it's an event that you do not want to miss, with vendors including Clarion, Garmin, Pioneer, Power Acoustic, RE Audio, Scosche, SiriusXM, and Whistler in attendance. Petra's manufacturer partners will be on hand to showcase their newest products and technology. The event is free to attend, and Petra will also host a live webcast on Petra.com for those unable to make the expo in person. Keeping the action going, events will include an Installer Olympics, manufacturer giveaways, and door prizes. Dealers can get more info and register online at petra.com/carexpo. Doing their best to avoid a similar fate to Blockbuster, who, as we film, is being auctioned off to the highest bidder, new and used game vendor GameStop has announced that it will take a step into the cloud and begin streaming games to tablets and other devices via OnLive and GuideK. Customers who purchase a game from GameStop will be given access to a streaming version of the game, and users signed up for the company's Power Up Rewards program will be able to stream games to their tablets, possibly with an additional subscription fee associated to the service. The announcement came after GameStop purchased Spawn Labs, which, wait for it, specializes in streaming technology, so is perfectly set up to handle the logistics of cloud gaming service for mobile devices. Now, the most interesting part of the announcement wasn't actually the game streaming itself. The games sold at GameStop aren't designed for tablets. They're designed for console-based systems with physical controls, right? Well, GameStop is currently in talks with tablet makers about making tablets more physically compatible with controller-based games, and Bluetooth controllers are likely options. But, if need be, GameStop President Tony Bartel says that GameStop would work with a tablet maker to put out their own tablet, saying, quote, "If we feel like we could do a better job making a tablet, we'll do that," end quote. Way to step up to the plate. You'd think that anyone with Sir in their name would be better at secret keeping, but Sir Howard Stringer, CEO of Sony, accidentally let it slip that Sony would be supplying the image sensors for the iPhone 5. Oopsie! In an interview last Friday with the Wall Street Journal, Stringer was discussing the earthquake damage to 15 of the Sony factories in Japan and inadvertently mentioned that a camera sensor made in one of those plants is on its way to Apple, and that the sensor would be delayed because of the quake and tsunami. While he didn't specifically say that Sony is building an 8-megapixel image sensor to go into the iPhone 5, Sony isn't currently manufacturing any image sensors for Apple, thus confirming that Sony plans to supply components of the iPhone 5, supporting analyst report from February saying that OmniVision might lose out on supplying cameras for the new iPhone because their 8-megapixel sensor wouldn't be ready in time for launch. Hey, maybe it's not all the hype that has me all geared up about 3D. Maybe I also secretly knew that it was brain food. That's right, a British study has determined that 3D Blu-ray delivers an enhanced emotional entertainment experience that engages viewers more than standard Blu-ray disc or DVD. Testing 24 subjects over 3 days, the MindLab International team showed 3 clips in 3 formats: 3D Blu-ray, 2D Blu-ray, and 2D DVD. Using small electrodes attached to 2 fingers of the non-dominant hand, the team measured skin conductance, which is a sensitive psychophysiological index of changes in the sympathetic and autonomic arousal that is integrated with emotional and cognitive states. Additionally, brain activity was measured using EEG to distinguish attention and emotion direction. The study showed that the 3D Blu-ray format was the most effective, followed by Blu-ray disc and then DVD, showing that subjects were 17% more attentive when watching 3D Blu-ray over 2D Blu-ray and 29% more attentive when comparing 3D Blu-ray to DVD. Said David Lewis Hodgson, MindLab chairman and research director, quote, "Psychological research into perception suggests that the brain inherently prefers 3D images and interprets 2D images as 3D where possible," end quote. Going on to say, quote, "As evidence suggests that humans decode visual information as 3D, we can therefore infer that actual 3D images are more pleasing to the visual system than traditional 2D images," end quote. Booyah! Amazon is tired of our dependency on iTunes. They're right, it's a sick little relationship. Purchase from iTunes, download to computer, sync to device, but not too many, and pray that the computer that your iTunes library is on never crashes, because then you're starting all over. Amazon has seen enough and they're doing something about it. They're taking our music to the magical land known as the cloud. Instead of keeping all of our music locked up in one place, it'll sit online and be accessible from anywhere, so users can get to their entire library from home, work, at a friend's, wherever, simply by logging onto the Amazon Cloud Player website. Heck, they can even get it on the go on their phone, as long as it's an Android. Now, you may be thinking, hey, I'm going on a trip and won't have access to the internet while I'm on a plane, dummy. No problemo. You can download songs to your computer to create a mini playlist for your Wi-Fi-less time. The player itself is similar to iTunes and is sortable, searchable, provides album art, the ability to create playlists, play songs, albums, or playlists, shuffle, or repeat. And all this for free! Well, for the first 5 gigs, which is about 1,200 songs anyway. After that, not so much. Unless you act quickly and get a free upgrade to 20 gigabytes of storage for free with the MP3 album purchase. So what will it cost you? About $1 a gig, which you can't buy individually, so a minimum of $20 a year. Doing their best to convert iTunes users to Amazon purchasers, once a cloud account is set up, any new Amazon MP3 store purchase saved doesn't count towards storage space. Pretty sneaky. That's your Petra 5 and 5. Have a great week and we'll catch up with you next time for more hot industry news.